What happens when passion and pride turn into hate and intolerance? You get an unrepentant mob willing to do anything to ruin the beautiful game. Welcome to La Liga in Spain, a league where the color of your skin can set off opposing fans. How did we end up here? There's no doubt that Spanish football has been a launchpad for some of the most insane black talents the beautiful game has ever witnessed. From Romario to Ronaldinho, Marcelo and Neymar, the league is a true dream team of global superstars. However, despite its rich history of fostering diverse talent, La Liga has a history of hurting its black players. Black footballers in La Liga have faced a tough tackle of racism, with cases ranging from absurd to unbelievable. Take for example Wilfred Agbonabare, the Nigerian goalkeeper who played for Rayo Vallecano. He suffered a reign of racist chants throughout his 7-year career, including a notorious match against Madrid in 1993. Agbonabare was on fire in that game, making impressive saves that denied Madrid the win and ultimately cost them the league title to Barcelona by a single point. Some Madrid fans took it up with the goalkeeper. Wilfred faced racist attacks and even threats of physical attacks. All of these incidents forced him to retire at 31, as no Spanish club would sign him. Agbonabare might have been the first high-profile incident, but he wasn't going to be the only victim. You also had a certain Uruguay striker by the name of Dario Silva, who was also targeted by an Oviedo fan who hurled racist abuse at him for refusing to sign an autograph. The legendary Samuel Eto'o faced similar abuse from Zaragoza fans and other fan bases in the mid-2000s. The Barcelona forward's frustration boiled over in a game against Getafe, where racist fans were making monkey chants at him. He got so pissed that he kicked the ball into the stands and was promptly handed a yellow card for his troubles. Meanwhile, the perpetrators went unpunished. That season in 2004, Eto'o took matters into his own hands by celebrating goals using ape-like gestures. But what can one do when the lawmakers turn a blind eye, and even your own fans join the chorus of hate? Just ask Costa Rican striker Paulo Wanchope, who had to punch a troublesome fan from his own club. Wanchope was subjected to monkey chants by his own fans after a game against Real Betis. Eto'o's teammate and Espanyol goalkeeper legend Carlos Kameni faced the same monkey situation, with bananas thrown at him at Atletico Madrid's Vicente Calderón Stadium. We can go on and on from that famous incident in 2014 when a Villarreal fan threw a banana at Dani Alves when he was about to take a corner kick, to the match between Sporting Gijón and Atletico Bilbao that got temporarily suspended after Gijón fans started racist chants against Iñaki Williams. All of these incidents have been met with fines that are more or less a slap on the wrist and the usual partial stadium closure. And because serious actions haven't been taken since the time of Wilfred Agbonabare, these racist attacks are still very much around. You don't need to look far. The case of Vinícius Júnior in recent years is all you need to confirm this. Ever since he set foot in Spain, Vinícius Júnior has become the target for racist football fans. Just a couple of weeks ago, the 24-year-old said he and his Madrid teammates have agreed to walk off the pitch if they face any racial abuse this season. And who can blame him? The youngster faced racial attacks on 16 separate occasions in the 2023-24 season. There have been incidents at Barcelona's Camp Nou, Real Betis' Benito Villamarín, Osasuna's El Sadar, and Mallorca's Son Moix. To make it even worse, the player became a target for rough play by defenders who knew referees are likely to look away by Vini's reputation as a whiner. He got fouled 121 times that season, 22 times more than anyone else. But what's rather interesting is that when he played in the Champions League, where racism isn't as big of a problem, he's able to play his game without any drama. The excuse given for the racial slurs by rival fans, players and even pundits is that the Brazilian moans too much and is disrespectful with his style of play. Not that this is a genuine reason to come after a person's skin colour, but the racist community in Spain needs something to hold on to, and for them, Vini is the cause of his problems. Opponents of the Brazilian also point at his celebration for the reason behind the racist slurs. There was that time he celebrated in a way only Vinícius could after scoring a goal in a 4-1 victory against Mallorca, only for Pedro Bravo, the president of the Spanish Agents Association, to criticize his celebration, saying, "You have to respect rivals and stop playing the monkey." Peak Vini hate was in the 2022-23 season. The winger watched the racist attacks escalate to another level with each passing week. It reached a new low the day before Real Madrid's Copa del Rey match against Atletico Madrid in January 2023. Some Atletico fans did the unthinkable by hanging an inflatable doll in the Vinícius shirt from the railings of a bridge. This was strike two from Atletico fans who subjected the Brazilian to racist abuse the last time the two sides met the previous year. Clips of Atletico fans chanting "Vinícius is a monkey" outside the stadium were everywhere on the internet. And when the match kicked off, the Brazilian touches were met with monkey chants. And what did the La Liga authority do? The same thing they've always been doing for decades: handle the shameful affair with kid gloves. As for Vini, it was only a matter of time before he snapped. That day came at the Mestalla. The date was May 21st, and it was Valencia versus Real Madrid. The game was in the second half, with Madrid trailing by a goal and desperately needing a comeback. But Vinícius wasn't concentrating on the free kick awarded to his team. He was instead in a heated exchange with Valencia fans. The players from both teams tried to calm him down, but the Brazilian was furious. At some point, he screamed at a particular fan in the crowd, saying, "He called me a monkey." After the game, Carlo Ancelotti said he considered subbing out Vinícius in the first half because of the disgusting monkey chants. He even talked to the ref about stopping the game. The Valencia incident sparked outrage worldwide and exposed the deep-seated racism in Spanish football. Vinícius himself tweeted, "It was not the first time, nor the second, nor the third. Racism is normal in La Liga. The competition thinks it's normal, the federation does too, and the opponents encourage it." After the Mestalla incident made headlines, the Spanish and Brazilian football federations teamed up for an anti-racism friendly match in March 2024. On the eve of the game, Vinícius Jr got emotional in a press conference, tearfully admitting that constant racial abuse had left him with less will to play. The forward got tons of support from big names like FIFA's Gianni Infantino, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, and sports legends Lewis Hamilton and Tom Brady. But in Spain, reactions were all over the place. You'd think La Liga President Javier Tebas would use the Mestalla incident to take a strong stance against racism. Instead, the 62-year-old went on the defensive, attacking Vini, saying, "Since those who should have haven't explained to you what La Liga is doing and can do in cases of racism, we have tried to explain it to you, but you have not shown up for either of the two agreed dates that you requested yourself." Tebas's response revealed why Spanish football authorities have been soft on racism, and that is, they refuse to admit that it's a problem. He passed the buck to Spanish police, who've also done little to address the issue. Real Madrid, on their part, have been sounding the alarm about racist abuse targeting Vinícius Jr for 2 whole seasons before the Valencia incident. But Spanish authorities turned a deaf ear. Every report is followed by promises of investigation that lead nowhere. What is rather interesting is that despite Spain's long history of racial incidents in football, many people still insist that the country isn't racist. As far as many are concerned, Vini and the likes only have themselves to blame for the attacks that come their way. The sad conclusion now is that as long as Spain remains in denial about its racism problem, black footballers will continue to be vulnerable and targeted by thousands of racist fans.